Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Hit the like, subscribe, and become a member. Don't forget to hit that bell for notifications for stories like these and others. Share this video out, you guys. Invite some of your friends over here. And thank you so much for being here. We couldn't do it without you. So I wanted to come and I wanted to talk a little more about Little Nas and his arrest that was made because it's a little more deeper than just the arrest that was made. And so his father, his biological father, has actually come out and spoken. Now, as we saw after and before we've seen his mom, but after this particular arrest, someone happened to catch his mom, a blogger or somebody, to interview her or question her about her son's arrest. She was kind of all over the place. She was kind of mm, what looked to be allegedly, my opinion, to be maybe on some type of substance, maybe mental health issues. I'm not sure. But as they were was talking about it, she kind of went into speaking about men wanting to be with her son. And then she looked at it as though she was proud of him walking down that street. I mean, it was just so much that you could take just from those few minutes with his mother on that interview. So his biological father, as I said, has spoken out. Robert Stafford, father of the old time road rapper charged with beating a police officer, says pressure and his mother's addiction weighs heavily on him. Just that right there is a mouthful. He's 26 years old, having to deal with an addicted mother. He has become this huge star in his family, and so he's now taking care of family members. Let's read on. 5 years ago, Lil Nas X was the toast of the Grammy Awards after the spectacular success of his debut single. That night, the musician, whose real name was Montero Hill, won 2 awards and was nominated for 6. A critically acclaimed performance Glastonbury, at Glastonbury followed, heralding the arrival of a major new force in pop. So last week, the 26-year-old was arrested and charged with injuring a police officer, an accusation that he denies. So he said he's not guilty, as we saw in the jail. He was taken to the hospital with a suspected overdose after being filmed wandering down a Los Angeles boulevard, naked but for underwear and a pair of cowboy boots. So basically, that's all he had on. It marks a remarkable fall from grace for the pop rapper who in 2022 became the youngest honoree in America's esteemed Songwriters Hall of Fame. That's huge. 2 years after Time magazine named him one of the 100 most influential people in the world. He was on top of his game at that time. But now, speaking to the Times for the first time interview since his son's arrest, Hill's father described his son's breakdown as the ultimate price of fame. I understand how the music business is, said Robert Stafford, a 56-year-old gospel singer from Atlanta, Georgia. It's like a high. When you get to that level, you want that drug again. You want to hit that high again. Hill has since been charged with 3 felony counts of battery with injury on a police officer and a felony count of resisting an executive officer. The singer appeared in court this week and was released on a $75,000 bond, conditional on attending a drug treatment. If convicted as charged, Hill, who was pictured in blue scrubs, faces 5 years in prison. Stafford blamed the unrelenting pressure of trying to match his earlier success. That's what we were talking about. We'll get there. Being a provider for his family and fears over his mother for his son's ordeal. Hill's mother has battled addiction and in 2021 was filmed begging for food on a street corner in Atlanta. Stafford said, for a 26-year-old to have to deal with what he's dealing with, to be the breadwinner for a lot of people, the inability to change his mother's situation, and the pressure he puts on himself. Hill has tried to help his mother, Stafford said, but she has so far resisted his offers. That can weigh heavily on your heart, he added. Stafford defended his son, saying he was unfortunate that, as a celebrity, his worst moment was caught on camera and beamed around the world. He flew to Los Angeles to support him and sobbed as seen Hill in jail clothing behind glass. I went to visit him in jail, and as soon as I walked through that door, I couldn't do anything but cry, Stafford said. To see my baby boy on the other side of the glass, we shared tears with each other for a minute, and I had to tell him that what you're going through, it's normal. We all have breakdowns every now and then, but the difference is yours get played out in the public eye. Stafford says seeing the video of his son was distressing, but from the footage he thought, that's not even him, and realized he was suffering. Hill gave a tearful apology. When I went to visit, he asked me to say, tell everybody I'm sorry they saw me like that. Oh, sad, about to cry. Even in that moment, he was apologizing to people for something he was going through. Hill grew up in Atlanta and lived with his mother until he was 10. Stafford, which is his dad, obtained full custody in light of his former partner's addiction problems. She was a good mother, Stafford said of Tamika Hill before her troubles. Stafford, who sings gospel music and what he describes as inspirational songs in his own releases, spotted his son's talent early. He nurtured it by presenting him with a MP3 player filled with Usher songs. Hill was a bright student and studied computer science at the University of West Georgia. He dropped out to pursue a career in music. Stafford admits, half jokingly, that he did not support the decision at the time. Hill paid $20 for time at an Atlanta radio studio in December 2018 and $30 to download a beat. It was then that he created Old Town Road. The song, a hip-hop infused country music track, first went viral on social media before storming the charts. Billy Ray Cyrus spotted its potential and recorded a remix version with Hill. The song spent 19 consecutive weeks on top of the Billboard Hot 100, which was a record. Hill had gone from a college dropout to a global star in a matter of months. That's a lot, y'all. A lot. Life-changing. It's a lot. He then came out as gay on Twitter. Stafford said he was already sure of his son's sexuality when he received a midnight call before the public announcement. I told him, no matter what, you're still my child. I will always love you, no matter what your sexual preferences. Stafford recalled telling Hill, who won praise for his LGBT advocacy. The 62nd Grammy Awards were held in Los Angeles in January 2020. Hill had 6 nominations, including for a Record of the Year, Album of the Year, and Best New Artist. He won for Best Pop Duo Group Performance and Best Music Video, capping a meteoric rise. Hill followed up with the 2021 album Montero, Call Me By Your Name, which reached number 2 in the US and included a couple of chart-topping singles. He courted controversy around that time. The music video for the eponymous single from Montero featured him giving the devil a lap dance. Conservatives deemed it immoral. Hill has not released an album since. His long-awaited record, Dream Boy, is expected this year. Stafford believes his son will recover and that the incident is a wake-up call. Hopefully, this is a turning point in his mental stability, he said. Sometimes God will take you through your worst moment to give you your best moment. Hill broke his silence this week on Instagram and seemed to agree. He said that was terrifying on a video to fans. That was terrifying for the last 4 days, but your girl's gonna be all right. So let's talk about it. I had talked about, you know, some possible mental health issues in that when you become a star and you get the star set status, the celebrity status, like you are singing with Billy Ray Cyrus, like he found your music to be worthwhile to do a remix and do it with you. So you become this huge star. You're known all over the world. People are loving what you're doing. You are somewhat being a inspiration to others. You've come out as gay on Instagram. You've won awards and been nominated for Grammy Awards, Grammys, all in a matter of months. You have an addicted mother that you only lived with till you were 10 years old, and you keep reaching out to your mother and you're asking your mother you're offering help to your mother and she keeps declining. That in itself is heavy. He's only 26 years old. What I said before was that when the fame went away, when the phone calls stopped, when it wasn't working out the way it worked the first time around, like his father said, he still keeps trying to chase that first high from the first success that he had, the first ever success that he had. It's in that capacity. From a college student, from a college student to a big profile celebrity, that's a lot. And not only that, you're gay and you're black. And not only that, there's controversy around you. And you're just flowing in the wind because now you're on top of the world. And all of a sudden, it's snatched away. That can be mentally disturbing. I wanted to bring this story because I wanted people to understand that there's a lot that we don't know about people and celebrities, you know, celebrities for sure. When we follow a celebrity or we become a huge fan of a celebrity and we follow their every, like we think their every step, their every win, their every level up or their every downfall or whatever they go through, as a fan we follow them and then we think we begin to know them, but we really don't know them on a personal level, behind closed doors, to know what they're going through, to know what they're fighting through. And to be 26, that's young. And he has a lot on his plate. And it feels like a mental health breakdown. He's saying he's not guilty of the police, of the charges that he's being charged with. He has pled not guilty. Um, we still have yet to see any footage. Now, there's police cam recording that we saw, but where's the footage that he like actually fought a police officer? So what my hope is for Lil Nas is that he goes to the drug treatment like he was ordered to do to get out. He goes to court and they figure out some type of way to help him and not throw him away for 5 years because I don't think he belongs in prison for 5 years. I think he does need some help. He has a lot that he has to maneuver through. He has the weight of the world on him. He has his family to take care of. People are relying on that money, that income to come in still the way it came in for Old Town Road. And then he was able to come out and face the world on Instagram, at least, to say that was scary. He had never been arrested before. He had never been in bars, been behind bars before, let alone for 4 days. So that was scary for him. And I'm sure he felt all alone, like he's grown. So you got to go through it. And then to see your dad come in to visit you behind bars and he breaks down and cry. So now you have that on you, that you let your dad down, who has been supporting you, who has been there for you, who understands and is trying to help you get through it, right? So I hope that he has the opportunity to make it better, to be better. Because when he drops his new music that is just waiting to be dropped, I pray that it gets the traction that it needs for him to stay above water, for him to continue to provide for his family, for him to get his second chance, for him to um, regain his integrity, for him to regain the respect back from others. He never intended for anyone to see him like that. Yeah, we know Little Nas, how he will appear, how he shows up for shows, or how he shows up for events and all of that. But this was on a different level. So, to Little Nas, like we pray for you and we hope the best for you. We don't want to see you go to prison for 5 years. We want to see something like get you set up with some good mental health services, get you set up with great support around you, including your father, and then allow you to work on you and take the weight of the world off of you for a moment and you get good and you get better so that you can be there for your family. So, you guys, let me know what you're thinking in the comments.